lot of hate for if you say it out loud.
That men, their whole life was taught how to treat a woman and not what to expect from a woman. But women were taught their whole life what to expect from a man, but not how to treat a man.
That's about as real as it gets. What do you think about that, babe?
It's the truth. It is, because we grow up just being catered to for the most part, and prioritizing our happiness and our emotions and our feelings and what and our needs and our wants. But I never received the talk from my mom or even from my dad from a male perspective on this is what it looks like, or this is what is expected of you when you become a wife or when you get into a serious committed relationship with a man. These are some of the things that men need. These are some of the things that men want.
What were you taught though? Give me some examples of things you were taught about relationships growing up.
Oh, honey, don't trust men. Keep a little to the side for yourself because you can't trust men, and make sure that you can provide. So money, security. Men are going to break your heart and hurt you and cheat on you. So be prepared for it. So prepare mentally for the hurt and pain that's going to come with them. I was taught that, keep yourself beautiful and physically available, because they'll pick you up and then they'll set you down like a dirty dish rag. So just be ready for that. All the negative tropes.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything.
What age did it start? I'm asking for our viewers. Like, what age did that programming start? Because that is definitely something that happens in a lot of communities. So what age did that programming start? That negative outlook towards men and relationships, and especially marriage?
I want to say I was definitely grade school age, like maybe
prepubescent.
Yeah, I want to say I remember always having extended family members live with us, and so from second grade on up, I remember overhearing what happened a lot, like having those adult conversations, and you think the kids are not aware, or they don't really care. They're just talking and jabba jabba jabba, and you don't trust no man and blah blah blah. Everybody drinking and talking, and I'm second grade, so I'm I'm young. I'm definitely elementary school, because I remember some of the friends that I used to play with, and I was around second grade age, so I was privy to hearing that kind of stuff within earshot. This was the day before social media, but everything was word of mouth.
And then you absorbed that.
Then I'm listening, I'm absorbing it, and then I'm seeing different things play out. And then when I do become 12 and my parents do divorce, it's bet she was right. You start seeing those things, and then even after the divorce, I'm hearing a whole lot more, because dad's not there and I'm there, and I'm now friend daughter. So now I'm hearing a whole lot more. So now that's just shaping my outlook and view on men and relationships. So it happened young, and I carried that crap into our marriage. I mean, some of that, had to still be worked out. So very young. That was a good question.
Yeah, for me, so I very much identify with what this man says. The only difference between me is I have a very present, very masculine father. He was the only man in my life that taught me that you don't have to take disrespect from women. We were very deep into the church and grew up in it, and that very much was the messaging, is that you need to learn. You need to serve women, serve, keep them happy, don't ever, do this, don't ever do that. It was a lot of rules, a lot of things when it surrounded women to protect them, but it was never taught that, you know what, you can demand something from a woman too. And the main thing that you can demand is respect. If it were not for my father, I would be just like the rest of the other men in our culture that typically, subscribe to the queen, mother, goddess trope that, we're just living in their world, and we're just here to serve and work, serve and die, and just no, and that you can't demand anything from your woman, not even sex, not even respect. No, you just gotta. And if you're not getting those things, it's because something that you're doing wrong. And if it was not for my father, I do not know what kind of man I would be. Because even then, even though he was there, that program is still seeped into me to a point where I had to really break out of that early into my late teens, early 20s, and up until even when we met, and even on up until years into our marriage, I really had to break out of that. And so the programming is deep.
I have a question. Do you see a difference in this? Because I hear people using these words interchangeably. Demand, you said demanding things from your woman, like, you know, time, respect, sex, whatever it is. Is there a difference between demand and require? I hear people saying.
Well, in my thought process, I think a requirement that should be a requirement is something that's known,
Established up front.
should be established up front, and most men don't do that. And so then if we get into the marriage and things aren't going right, then I can ask you like, hey, remember that requirement? I'm demanding you make good on that. So it's a difference, and when you say demand, people automatically it's sounding like a negative term.
Yeah.
But really, what it is I'm just holding you accountable. That's a better term. You know, everybody likes that. I try to stay away from that word, the little buzzwords, because everybody uses them. But really, you're accountable to certain things. I'm accountable to make sure that you're protected, and that there's food in this house, and the lights are on, and that you're taken care of, and you're accountable to meet my needs and things like that. So I don't think it's a bad word, but yeah, I can see how people would think it's a negative connotation, because it just seems to me, and you guys can chime in the comments, it just seems to me that anytime a man uses any kind of vernacular that has any kind of force behind it, people just get all
toxic.
People just get all up in arms, and they're like,
so
what do you mean by that? Well, I meant what I said. Like, what you mean? Like, I meant exactly what I said. But y'all can tell us what, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and like, and there's nobody bats an eye. But as soon as a man says, I demand something, or I require this, and it's like, clutch my pearls. Like, when did we get to that point, and why are we here? Because that's the problem in our society right now, and I can preach all day about this, is that we have turned men into little, jellyfish. Just jellyfish. That's what we are. And at the end of the day, this society, it will rise and fall under the leadership of its men. That's the way it works. I don't make the rules, guys. That's what it is. With that, that's enough said.